recruiting, recruiting, recruiting. It is time for it to get hot and heavy. Summer is coming up. June is going to be crazy busy with all these official visits, all these targets coming on campus. Wow. I mean, big names galore coming up to finish up, to finish this class of 2024. Coming up, great start for the Gators, of course, in this class, but we'll see how they finish it out. This month of June will be ever so important in how Florida finishes this class. You hope with all these visits coming up that Florida's going to have most of this class committed heading into the season, and we'll see how it all plays out. But that will go a long way in securing ultimately the signees of this class of 2024. So Florida needs to nail these visits coming up out of the park, and we'll see where it goes from there. A lot of big names to include in the 8 commits Florida already has. Let's start at wide receiver and where Florida could fill out their class. If you look at the rankings, of course, starts with Jeremiah Smith, the second player overall in 24/7 and On3, the number 1 wide receiver. When you look at it right there, Terry Bussey, of course, he's an athlete, but will be a wide receiver at the next spot. He's 50th overall in 24/7 Sports Composite, 4th athlete. He's 30th overall in On3, the second athlete. And of course, names Chance Robinson, TJ Moore, Jeray Hawkins, Mario Cravel, Michael Turner. There's the names there. So if we go through it here, I think Terrence Moore, TJ Moore, that's where we start, of course. 157th overall, the 24th ranked wide receiver on 24/7. He's the 128th player overall and On3, 22nd wide receiver. But looks like a Florida Clemson battle for the Tampa wide receiver. This is the one we mostly feel good about right now. 42 catches, 1,021 yards, 24.3 average, 13 touchdowns, in one of the higher classifications in the state of Florida. Will visit Florida on June the 9th. So visits Clemson this coming up weekend, the weekend before. Seems in no hurry to make a decision. Says he'll take his visits first. Does TJ Moore. Billy Napier really involved here, and there's a handful of commits or a handful of recruits that the head coach is going to be involved in, and this is one of them. Of course, Billy Gonzalez playing a big part here. For one, TJ Moore. So let's go Mario Craver. I know there's another name that's been thrown around out there. Florida, Auburn, Ole Miss battle, it seems right now. There's been some question. Is he a green light from Florida and or Auburn? Are both schools waiting on maybe other targets to hop on board before giving the green light to Mario Craver? I've been told that, he has a green light for Florida. There's still some question there, of course. Not a very clear picture here when you look at Mario Craver. He's a lighter receiver that can move, one of the fastest wide receivers in this class, can separate, use it in space. I like Florida here if he gets the green light. Dre Hawkins, of course, IMG product says Florida and Penn State are the schools that stand out. He's visiting Florida that June 9th weekend. Big-time burner is Hawkins as he won the 60-meter dash, running a 6.7 in the Florida Indoor Championships after transferring to IMG from West Virginia. Another wide receiver here on the lighter side is Hawkins, 5'9", 160, ideal slot receiver that can get the ball, catch the ball, and run after the catch. Terry Bussey brought him up, of course, from the state of Texas, a connection, 7-on-7 team with quarterback DJ Lagway, another slot receiver option, 5'10", 180. Instead of a DB now, he's listed as an athlete. He can play both sides of the ball, wide receiver or athlete, can Terry Bussey. But Raymond likes his DBs a little bigger, so that kind of, if he's going to go to Florida, it will not be on the defensive side of the ball. 4.42 speed, another slot receiver, speed in short area type of guy when you look here at some of the wide receiver targets for the Gators. And, of course, if you look at moving on, Michael Turner, Louisiana kid, was really impressed with the Florida offer and helped the Gators shoot up to his top spot. Have to watch for LSU and see if they offer. They are interested and not sure when or if that offer will come for Turner from the Bayou Bengals. But, will he hold off, try and wait on that offer, or will he pop for Florida before then? So something to look out for as far as Michael Turner goes and the storyline around him. But, of course, if you look at the committed prospects, those guys I just went through, uncommitted, we'll see where, Florida feels good about TJ Moore, where they stand with him right now. but the committed prospects that Florida's still going after, I think you got to look that are coming on campus. Jeremiah Smith, of course, this coming up weekend on June the 7th or June the 2nd, committed to Ohio State. Still have to keep mentioning him, though, of course. He's going to visit. Georgia's in the running for him as well. Can one more visit with Lagway on campus in Gainesville make a difference? Can you keep chipping away here? Can you keep chipping away at Jeremiah Smith, one of the best players in the country, the best wide receiver in the country? You got to keep yourself in it. And then Chance Robinson, that was a name that come up as well. And he's a Miami commit from St. Thomas Aquinas. He'll visit on the June 9th weekend. Florida being in the SEC and academics garners his interest here. As a junior, 540 receiving yards, 13 touchdowns on 29 catches for Chance Robinson. So there's your wide receiver look. You see kind of just going through here, Florida looking for a lot of speed at the wide receiver position. You're still looking for that that slot playmaker that can make something happen after the catch. To go along right now with wide receiver Isaiah Williams, who is committed. You look for Florida to probably take at least 2 more wide receivers to go along with that great class last year of Gene, Mizell, and Wilson. You look at those names there, and if you look at this group, I think Florida, to get 2 of these, they'll be completely happy with a couple. I think TJ Moore, you maybe pencil him in the class and then see where Florida can go after that to help fill in this wide receiver class. Everybody hit that like button. Subscribe to Gators Breakdown if you haven't done so yet. If you're watching this YouTube version, you'll get those notifications when we go live. Look, in Memorial Day weekend, I don't know when I'd be able to. It was always going to come out today on this Monday before next weekend. This coming up weekend, the first weekend of June. These visits, I was going to have this episode kind of catch everybody up to date on a lot of these recruits heading into these official visits. So plenty to get into, of course, with that. Gators Breakdown Plus, I'm sure, with recruiting going to be taken off these next few weeks. If you want to discuss it even further with more Gator fans, you can join Gators Breakdown Plus. Link is in the description. You'll get access to that Discord server where the conversation will be hot and heavy, I am sure, as far as all these visits coming up. So you can check it out all right there. The link is in the description to join Gators Breakdown Plus. And hey, look, one more. That sale for Gators Breakdown merch still going on, 25% off right now at GatorsBreakdownMerch.com. A lot of new designs up there. If you're watching the YouTube version, you can see them. A lot of summertime vibes with all those new designs right there. You can get it, GatorsBreakdownMerch.com. There's T-shirts, there's tank tops, there's some of the traditional designs that we've had. But yeah, a lot of new designs up there to get you summertime going. Support Gators Breakdown. Support the Gators in style right here. GatorsBreakdownMerch.com. As I said, 25% off right now using promo code YTShopping25. That's YTShopping25. Use that promo code to get 25% off. GatorsBreakdownMerch.com.